What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, bringing on the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Cinco de Mayo. It is Wednesday. It is May 5th. And we are back. We have a full slate of games, which we're super excited about. We're going to break it down. If you don't know what we do, we break down the... we go through the entire slate of pitchers. We break it down. So we're going to go through every single pitcher that's available. We don't have every single pitcher available, and so we don't have all 30 pitchers. Well, there's technically 16 games with a makeup game from last night's or Tuesday night's the Cardinals at the Mets game. So that one was delayed, or that one was postponed. So as of now, the weather looks good. We look good to go. So we're going to look at that, and if you have any questions at all, either answered or asked down below. You can email me, support@fantasyteamadvisor.com. You can tweet at us at advisors_team, whatever the case is. You can check us out there. As always, if this video gets 30 likes, we will put out a Fanduel and DraftKings GPP lineup down below, and we'll pin that. Our last video got 29 likes, so we were super close. Again, guys, the more likes, if you'll leave a comment as well to help the YouTube algorithm, help these videos get noticed. So if you like the video, leave a comment down below as well, just to help me out. It's completely free. Subscribe if you have not already. Every little bit helps, and I do appreciate it. As you know, I spend a lot of time on this website, on these videos, on the articles, on the cheat sheets, on the optimal lineups, everything in the site since 2014, and getting a little discouraged just because the views aren't there, the interaction isn't there. So if you guys can, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not already. So that being said, as of now, we don't have any weather concerns, which is awesome. Does that mean something won't pop up? No, something could obviously pop up. Last night, we thought we were pretty good to go. Then we saw the Mets at the Cardinals game. I didn't think that would happen. I mean, I thought the games would get played. It did not. So that being said, we have a lot to go over. So take a pen, paper, whatever it is, and let's get started. So early games, we will have an early slate. We'll look at this. Just depending on how the day goes, we might have an early-only optimal lineups on the site on Fanduel and DraftKings as well. I don't know yet, but we will cover every single game. So the first game on the slate, the White Sox at the Reds here. Dallas Keuchel versus Sonny Gray. Keuchel against the Reds, 68 plate appearances, a 238 batting average, striking out only 17.6% of the batters he's faced. My problem is he would be a GPP pitcher for me. My problem is that it's being played at Great American Small Park. They have the... well, let's just look. This is yesterday. So we have the free tabs here. So FantasyTeamAdvisor.com. Go to MLB. I'm going to get rid of the 2020 stats. So updated 2021 stats, the Ballpark Rankings, the BVP, and then the cheat sheeted lineups are for Premium or FTA Plus. But if you just look at the Ballpark Rankings, obviously this isn't updated for today yet. But looking at this, Great American Small Park here, 16. This will be 16 games played. The total runs will be more. They rank number 1 for runs, 59 total home runs before yesterday's game. They rank number 1 in home runs. This ballpark ranks number 1 in slugging as well. So it is a park for hitters and not pitchers. But in GPPs, I don't mind Keuchel because he does have good numbers against him. He's had success. The problem is the ball's flying out of this ballpark a ton. Flip side of that, Sonny Gray here, 56 plate appearances against him, 260 batting average. Now, the White Sox are decimated considering who they had for opening day. They have Luis Robert on the IL. It was like 12 to 16 weeks without any activity. I think he tore, I think it was a complete tear of his hip flexor. Then you had Eloy. His pec muscle exploded or something, ruptured. Sorry, not exploded, ruptured. But I mean, they've been decimated, and it just depends. But Gray has been not good this year. Just kind of looking at it, Sonny Gray's game logs. Gray comes in 0-2 record, 5.93 ERA, and striking out 23. I still think so. He was delayed to start the season. with a bad back. I still think that's here. I don't think he's over it. I think it's still a factor. He's in for whatever reason. He's making this will be his 4th start. I don't like it. I mean, against the Dodgers, he did go 5.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 11 Ks, but he did get the loss. They lost 8-0. He didn't get the run support there. That was his best start. The other starts, 6 Ks in both, 5 earned runs and 2 earned runs. So while I don't mind either of these pitchers for GPP, my problem is the fact that this ballpark loves to give up runs. I mean, so just kind of looking at that. GPP-wise, I don't mind these guys early only. I'm not looking at cash. Giants at the Rockies, I mean, I'm not taking a pitcher in this. We saw Brandon Belt had a day on Tuesday. Ended up having a grand slam in the first game. They had a doubleheader. Ended up grand slam in the first game in the first inning. And then I think the Giants put up 10 runs in the first inning. And then the second game, he had a home run in the first inning, 2-run home run. So he had 6 RBIs in the first inning of the first innings of that. I would go back to the well with Brandon Belt, any of the lefties, really. As you can see, John Gray has been giving up a ton of hits here. 113 plate appearances against the Giants, only striking out 18.6%, 320 batting average. Looking at the bats that have had success against him, Brandon Belt, 12 for 26, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, absolutely on fire, batting .462. He's going to find himself in a bunch of lineups, and for good measure. I mean, he dominated in Tuesday's game. I don't expect him to have a bad game here. Love Buster Posey. He's hitting home runs. He's back. Didn't play last year. I think he's, would have chalked him up to not being, maybe done, but he's been coming around, so I really like that. Alex Dickerson, 3 for 11, 2 home runs, so definitely looking at stacking this game. They always make these batters super expensive, so without looking at the actual pricing, that's definitely something to consider, but I'm looking at a stack in this game. I mean, Logan Webb, 72 plate appearances, a .364 batting average. I mean, this, without having seen Vegas numbers, I wouldn't be surprised if this game doesn't open up 12 runs, and it should easily hit over that. Next game, Orioles at the Mariners. You got John Means versus Yusei Kikuchi. Means, 36 plate appearances, .242 batting average. Kikuchi here, he hasn't faced him a lot. 6 plate appearances, 200 batting average, striking out 33.3% of the batters he's faced. So, I mean, I don't know if I'll have any exposure here. I know that Mitch Haniger's been dominating, or not dominating, but heating up, and now he gets to face a lefty here. John Means has been pretty good, so it's more of a GPP pick, but again, it's early only, so that's really the GPP pick anyway. Mets at the Cardinals. Now, make sure this is the first. Make sure whatever game's on there, these pitchers are on there. Again, with them, missing this game, or the game yesterday was postponed. I don't know if this will truly be a 5:15 game and then the game after that, or if they'll move this game time up. We don't know yet. That's something to look at. Kind of monitor this, see when this game, if it's even on the slate. Marcus Stroman has struggled this season, but I do kind of like him for GPP. Kim, it just depends. Both of these are GPP. Again, the early only slate's going to be GPP only, not cash. And most of these pitchers fit that mold. Then we don't know who's going to be the pitchers for the second game of this, so we'll just pass that right now. Then you got the Diamondbacks at the Marlins. You got Luke Weaver versus we don't know yet. Weaver, I feel like he's faced people before. Let's see this. I feel like he's had to have faced them before. I mean, he's only faced 18 at-bats against them. Giving up 5 hits, 2 doubles, 1 home run. That home run was to Adam Duvall. 18 at-bats, 3K, so nothing major there. I don't really trust him. I don't know if this will be on that slate, so I'm not really looking at Weaver here, and we don't know who the Marlins are going to be pitching. Braves at the Nats the next game. Max Fried versus Eric Fetty. Fried, 58 plate appearances, a 380 batting average, so that's not good. We know the Nats can hit. Looking at that, definitely don't want any exposure to either side of the pitching on this one. Eric Fetty on the flip side, 56 plate appearances, a 378 batting average. I'm not looking at that. So Nats bats against Fried that maybe jump out at us. Trey Turner, 6 for 13, a double and a home run. Turner, if he gets on, it's 462. If he gets on base, he can still steal bases too, so that's always a good thing. Juan Soto is back. He hasn't had success against them. 1 for 9 with 4 Ks. Starlin Castro, 4 for 8 with a home run. So just kind of looking at this, not a lot of bats jump out, but I'm definitely not going to have exposure to these pitchers. Definitely will be looking at bats here. The bats against Eric Fetty here, without looking, for sure would be looking at Acuna, who leads the majors in home run. I think it's majors now. That's at 10. So just crazy. He's just so talented. And against Fetty, 3 for 9 with a double and a home run. So really like that. Ozzie Albies 3 for 6 with 2 doubles. So definitely looking at these bats here. I won't be looking at pitching, but I will be looking at bats on both sides. Next game, Astros at the Yankees. Luis Garcia versus Jordan Montgomery. Garcia looks like he's 45 years old. Montgomery is that slow tossing lefty, but when he is on, he's got finesse. He's not going to overpower you with the upper 90s fastball. He's going to get you with the breaking stuff. He's going to get you with the off speed. So but the problem is for me that the Astros can hit. They didn't put up a ton of runs yesterday. The Yankees kind of dominated them on both sides yesterday. And Montgomery has, 28 plate appearances, a 333 batting average, so not a lot there, but low strikeout percentage. It's a problem for me. I like him for GPPs, but he's not guaranteed to get very many strikeouts or go long into games, especially against a heavy right-handed hitting lineup in the Astros. So GPPs I don't mind, but definitely a little bit... just kind of, I'm not going to have any exposure to Garcia at all. Montgomery, a little bit, maybe SP2 on DraftKings, be a little bit cheaper there, especially when we see who we've got coming up. Well, you've already seen the picture, the video, and probably the article, so you already know who I really like, but yeah. Next game, the Brewers at the Phillies. You got Freddie Peralta versus Chase Anderson. Peralta, 22 plate appearances, 333 batting average. It's hard to want to take him against Philly, who are starting to hit the ball pretty well. Flip side of that, Chase Anderson, 34 plate appearances, a 265 batting average. The Brewers' bats haven't really done much this season. Before looking at the standings, I was like, the Brewers have got to be close to last in the division. I forgot what division it was. But the Brewers' overall record, really good. But it's because of their pitching. Their bats have been very anemic. Christian Yelich just went back on the DL after one game being off. Chase Anderson, I don't mind in GPP. I really don't. 34 plate appearances against the Brewers, 265 batting average, 23.5 K percentage there. So that's definitely something I'd be looking at. Tigers at the Red Sox, you got Casey Mize versus Martin Perez. We've got Mize here coming in, 4 plate appearances, a 500 batting average. Flip side of that, Martin Perez, 75 plate appearances, a 333 batting average. I do like Perez. The Tigers are bad. I realize they put up runs yesterday, and his numbers aren't the best, but I think he makes a terrific GPP lineup pitcher. He will get the run support against the Tigers. The Red Sox will put up runs for him, most likely. So looking at that, I don't mind him. I won't have any exposure to Mize. Not the way the Red Sox bats have been hitting lately. Dodgers at the Cubs come up next. Walker Buehler versus Adbert Alzolay. Now, Buehler, we saw Clayton Kershaw not do anything in the first start. I think he went .2, or he gave up 4 runs in the first. Then they pulled him for a batter. So I don't know if he's hurt or he just had a poor outing. And then you had Bauer go at night. But Buehler here, and I've mentioned it before, he had a bad spring training. But since the start of the season, he's dominated. Coming into this game against the Cubs do like to strike out. We're looking at 57 plate appearances, a .212 batting average, striking out only 12.3% of the batters he's faced. I think those numbers will go up. I think he'll have those strikeouts there. I mean, Chris Bryant's been on fire, though, trying to get that MVP, trying to get either a nice contract or he's going to get traded. So we'll see. But I do like Buehler in this one over Alzolay. Rangers at the Twins. I don't know anything about Yang. I don't want anything to do with Lewis Thorpe, so won't be looking at this. I mean, are those... Oh, so when I first saw this picture, I thought that he was wearing glasses, and then that was a rat tail, but that's actually like the thing that goes around your neck so you don't lose your glasses. I haven't seen those since like the 90s. My dad had them on a boat, not in a pitching, not... Whatever, we're not judging. Judge-free zone here. I won't have any exposure to these pitchers as of right now. Maybe something comes up, but I highly doubt it. We'll be looking at the bats, a lefty here. I mean, Byron Buxton, as of right now, for the first month of the season, is the AL MVP, slightly above Trout. But, he's been dominating. Before he gets hurt, we're going to use him. Definitely looking at Buxton. We could do Nelson Cruz, Mitch Garver, whoever it is. We could be looking at stacking righties against Yang here. Next game, Indians at the Royals. Bieber versus Brady Singer. Bieber dominated these Royals the second start of the season for him. Went, 12 Ks, and that was in Cleveland. Now he gets Kauffman Stadium here. As you can see, 123 plate appearances, 30.9 K percentage. Bieber has struck out double-digit strikeouts in every single game this season except his last start. Would not be surprised if he does that again. Do not be surprised if he gets double-digit strikeouts here again in this game against the Royals. Next game, the Pirates at the Padres. You got JT Brubaker versus Yu Darvish. I'm not looking at Brubaker. I'm looking at Darvish in this. Cash or GPP, I don't mind. This will be his second start against the Pirates. He had success in that start there. He's had success overall, 77 plate appearances, 28.6 K percentage, and striking out, or his batting average against him is 114. I really like that. It's Petco Park, so it's a pitcher-friendly park. So I'm definitely looking at Darvish. Cash, GBP, like I said, I don't care. I am all in on Darvish here. He'll be a little bit less owned than Bieber because it's Bieber. So, and his price will be a little bit better too. Rays at the Angels. So Ohtani was supposed to start on Monday. He was scratched because he got hit on the elbow on Sunday, but then he batted on Monday. Against Tampa Bay, it's okay. Just because, he hasn't faced them really, 7 plate appearances. But the problem is Ohtani's not going deep into games. When I looked at it for Monday's video, I believe, he 4 innings and 5 innings in his 2 starts. Hasn't had much. If he could go longer, obviously, it would be worth it. He's got a huge fastball. He's got some breaking balls, and he gets the strikeouts. It's just he doesn't go long into games. And for his price, you could probably find other value around. So I'm not looking at Ohtani in cash. May throw, if I were to make like 20 lineups, I'd probably throw him in 1 or 2. The problem is he's got to go at least 5 innings. It would be awesome if he goes 6 or 7, but I just don't think they're going to push him that far. And then the final game on the slate, Toronto Blue Jays at the Athletics. Robbie Ray versus Chris Bassett. Ray, 29 plate appearances, 13.8 K percentage, 160 batting average. Bassett, 29 plate appearances as well, but giving up a 379 batting average against him. I won't be... we had Bassett in his last start. I won't have exposure to him today. I'll look at Robbie Ray a little bit for cash or GPP because it is Oakland, so it is a massive football stadium that they're playing baseball in. I won't have any exposure to Bassett, really, unless I make 150 lineups, which I'm not going to. But Robbie Ray, I'll look at a little bit. So there you go. breaking down every single pitcher. If you found this helpful, and remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment so that YouTube algorithm will help me. Subscribe if you have not already. Check out what we have on the site. For instance, the Ballpark Rankings. This will be updated. Everything is normally updated by noon on the day of, most of it. The cheat sheets and stuff. So it's been nice because I've been working, like most of you probably, I've been working from home since last March. I will be going back into the office 3 times a week, every other week, starting possibly next week, for sure the 1st of June. But with that being said, all the systems are blocked. I can't do anything on the computer at work, which is probably for the best. I probably need to be productive in my full-time job. So most likely the cheat sheets and everything else will be out about 4 p.m. Central or 5 Eastern it's about 2 hours. I will try my best to get every stats and everything in the morning. And if there's a way for me to do it on my phone, which it would be very time consuming to do it on my phone at work. But again, you don't want the cheat sheet out early in the morning because it'll have to be updated multiple times because weather's a concern or someone's scratched or this and that. Other things happen. So if I put it out in the morning and then that's it, you guys get screwed. But if I wait closer to first pitch, that should help you out. So I understand. So that is what I've had people well, what if I already start and how do I know to do the lineups? You can do dummy lineups. You can, reserve seats, or you could do dummy lineups. You just have to remember to go back and change them, but that would help you. So hopefully that's a little insight. I will explain a couple of other things later as well. But yeah, so we've got ballpark rankings, we got 2021 stats, we got daily BVP on the cheat sheet. This is for subscribers only. You can go to fantasyteamadvisors.com/plans to check it out. But on the cheat sheet, we've got pitchers for cash GPP. We've got the weather. If there's a rain chance, it'll be there. And then some stacks here that we're looking at as well. Now, most of the time there's more stats, but we have best hitting matchups as well. So maybe they're not just the best BVP, but, the ones that have had success the most, this will be updated. Certain days there are more than others. It just depends on what it is. And then, of course, we have the optimal lineups there. Same thing with MMA. If you have to get at least a week pass. The day passes are for MLB and NBA. In that week pass, you get MMA, MLB, and NASCAR, NBA, NFL when it's back, and PGA as well. I've been thinking about delving into some League of Legends, stuff like that, but I can't play those lineups. For some reason in my state, they're still banned, even though I can play on Fanduel and DraftKings, so I don't know. But that being said, if you are still here, thank you for checking this video out. Subscribe if you have not. Remember, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, guys, and leave a comment to help me with the YouTube algorithm. That's what I've got, guys. Good luck today, and as always, bring home that bacon. Peace.